welcome to Midday News on Global Television. I am Anthony Momodu. After a closed-door meeting with Buhari, Shettima said new strategies against insecurity is on the way. I beg your pardon, sir. Hello and welcome to our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television. We are live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anthony Momodu. The Trade Union Congress reacted to President Bola Tinubu's statement slamming organized labor for protesting within the first 9 months of his administration. The president had told labor unions to stop their protest and wait for 2027 to join the political process. Speaking during the inauguration of the Lagos Red Line project, Tinubu stated that the labor union should understand that no matter how long we cling to our freedom and rights, the first strike within 9 months of an administration is unacceptable, adding that if they want to participate in the electoral process, they should wait till 2027, if not maintain peace, further adding that they are not the only voice of Nigerians. In his response, the president of the TUC, Festus Osifo, says the members of the TUC are unionists and not politicians, hence they have the right to protest. Socio-Economic Right and Accountability Project SERAP has filed a lawsuit against President Bola Tinubu over the failure to probe the grim allegations that $3.4 billion loan obtained by Nigeria from the International Monetary Fund to finance the budget and respond to COVID-19 is missing, diverted, or unaccounted for. SERAP noted that the allegations are contained in a recently published 2022 Nigeria's annual audited report by the Auditor General of the Federation in the suit number FHC ABJ CS 269-2024 filed last Friday at the Federal High Court Abuja. SERAP is seeking the court to direct and compel President Tinubu to probe the allegations that $3.4 billion loan obtained by Nigeria from the IMF to finance the budget and respond to COVID-19 is missing, diverted, unaccounted for. Vice President Kashim Shettima has promised Nigerians that the federal government will deploy new strategies to fight armed banditry, kidnapping, and other security challenges in different parts of the country. The Vice President said this after he held a closed-door meeting with former President. Speaking after he emerged from the closed-door meeting with former President Shettima, said the federal government would deploy all the resources and expertise needed to restore security and lasting peace to the affected areas. The Vice President, who was accompanied by the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Atiku Bagudu, and that of Agriculture and Food Security, Alhaji Abubakar Kyari, as well as the former Imo State Governor, Senator Rochas Okorocha, also paid homage to the Emir of Daura, Alhaji Umar Farouk Umar, at his palace in Daura. The Commissioner of Police in Anambra, CP Aderemi Adeoye, has advised candidates writing the police recruitment computer-based test not to engage in any form of examination malpractice, as anyone caught will be arrested, investigated, and prosecuted. He has also ordered close security monitoring of the exercise in the designated centers in the state to avert any untoward situation or unforeseen development. He added that the candidates are hereby advised to be of good conduct and not to engage in any form of examination malpractice, as anyone caught will be arrested, investigated, and prosecuted accordingly. A bus rapid transit driver, Sunday Bukola, has reportedly crushed a 5-year-old simply identified as Malik to death at the Pangrove in the Onipanu area of Lagos State. The driver crushed the victim, his brother, and his mother as they attempted to cross the BRT lane. The police disclosed that the deceased died on the spot, while his sibling and mother sustained various degrees of injuries. He added that the driver has been arrested and an investigation is ongoing. The federal government, through the Ministry of Works, has announced a plan to commence the repair of damaged expansion joints of the Long Bridge along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. According to a statement signed by the Federal Controller of Works, Lagos State, Olukorede Kesha, The repair would commence from 7 a.m. on Monday, March 4th to March 25th, 2024. Kesha said commuters leaving and entering Lagos through the Long Bridge will be narrowed to 2 lanes on both sides of the bridge to enable the contractor handling the repair works to commence works on the other 2 lanes of the carriageways. Some residents of the Federal Capital Territory looted a warehouse reportedly belonging to the National Emergency Management Agency of Nigeria over the current economic hardship across the country. The warehouse is situated in Phase 3 region of the FCT area of Abuja. Confirming the incident, the spokesperson for the FCT command, Josephine Ade, verified the incident in a text message saying the situation is now under control. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu has summoned chief executive officers of 2 electricity distribution companies to a meeting to hold in the coming week over worsening supply situations in their regions. Those invited to the meeting are Chief Executive Officers of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company and the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company. Also summoned to the meeting is the Managing Director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, Sule Abdulaziz. The management of other non-performing distribution companies would also be queried over non-performance as reports continue to filter in on the situation in their regions. The national leadership of the party on Saturday constituted the Edo Post-Primary Election Reconciliation Committee to reconcile the aggrieved aspirants and ensure they all work for the party's victory in the September 21st governorship election in the state. According to a statement issued by the PDP National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Debo Ologunagba, in Abuja on Saturday, the committee will be chaired by the Bauchi State Governor, Bala Mohammed. Said the committee was constituted by the National Working Committee in pursuant to the provisions of the PDP Constitution and guidelines after its successful conduct of the Edo State governorship primary election of the party. The Joint Action Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions have threatened to disrupt industrial peace in universities if the government fails to release the withheld salaries of its members. These salaries were seized during their strike in 2022 under the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. The unions, in a joint letter signed by the President of SANU, Mohammed Ibrahim, and General Secretary of NASU, Peters Adeyemi, questioned the rationale with which the government released 4 months of withheld salaries to members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, but failed to release the withheld salaries of non-academic staff in the period under review. The Tripartite Committee on the National Minimum Wage has called for the participation of the stakeholders in proposing and implementing a new minimum wage for Nigerian workers. The chairman of the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission, ECPO, Inte, in a statement said the committee would hold a public hearing on March 7th. According to the News Agency of Nigeria, the retired head of civil service of the Federation, Boka Aji, is heading the committee inaugurated by Vice President Kashim Shettima. The committee's mandate is to consult all stakeholders on the issue of national minimum wage and consider the wage in the context of dynamics of the national economy. Mob reportedly set ablaze a Hilux Toyota vehicle after allegedly killing 3 people around the Kara Opik bus stop along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The white Toyota Hilux vehicle with number plate EPE 80J was said to have suffered a brake failure, after which it lost control and rammed into bystanders at the bus stop, killing 3 people and leaving 2 others injured. The spokesperson for the Ogun State Sector Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Florence Okpe, disclosed this in a statement made available to journalists. The injured victims were reportedly taken to Lagos Emergency Center, Ojota, for medical treatment. You're watching Midday News, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTime Channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, federal government eyes 2.5 million barrels daily oil production. These and other stories coming right after this break. To stay with us. Welcome back from the break. This is Global Television bringing you midday news. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden has said he hopes to see a deal for the ceasefire in the Israel-Gaza war in time for the start of Ramadan, the Muslim holy month during which members of the faith fast from dawn to sunset will begin on 10th or 11th March. It comes amid tense ceasefire negotiations and as pressure builds on Biden to help curtail the conflict. A proposed deal would see a 40-day pause in all military operations from the start of Ramadan, as well as the increased flow of aid into Gaza, a source close to the talks told Reuters news agency. It will also reportedly include an agreement for the release of Palestinian prisoners in exchange for Israeli hostages at a ratio of 10-1. Many of the people treated for injuries during the rush on an aid convoy in Gaza suffered gunshot wounds, the United Nations has said. The UN observers visited Gaza cities of Al-Shifa Hospital and saw some of the roughly 200 people still being treated. Hamas, which governs Gaza, has accused Israel of firing at civilians, but Israel said most died in a stampede after its troops fired warning shots. The incident unfolded after hundreds of people descended on an aid convoy as it moved along a coastal road, accompanied by the Israeli military. The World Food Programme has warned that famine is imminent in northern Gaza, which has received very little and in recent weeks, and where an estimated 300,000 people are living with little food or clean water. Brent, the global benchmark for crude oil, witnessed a rise in price in the past 3 days, crossing $84 to a barrel on Friday, after trading for an average of $80 per barrel in the past weeks. Its price rise came at a time the Nigerian government announced a new crude oil production target of 2.5 million barrels per day, a development that would really grow the foreign exchange fortunes of the country if met. Global oil price data seen on Friday showed that the cost of barrel of Brent as at 5:38 p.m. Nigerian time was at $84.14. The commodity increased in price by $2.23, representing 2.72% when compared to its cost the preceding day. A quick look at business. The federal government has slammed a $10 billion fine on the widely used cryptocurrency trading platform, Binance. Bayo Onanuga, the special advisor on information and strategy to President Bola Tinubu, confirmed this. According to Onanuga, the substantial fine is imposed due to Binance's illicit activities, significantly contributing to the devaluation of Nigeria's currency, the Naira, in recent times. He highlighted that the platform sets an unauthorized exchange rate for the country, a prerogative exclusively held by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Onanuga emphasized that the actions of Binance, including harboring individuals responsible for manipulating exchange rates, have a swift and adverse impact on Nigeria's economy during its effort to stabilize. While acknowledging Binance's cooperation with the government by providing information, Onanuga expressed concerns about the platform's potential to destabilize the Nigerian economy if left unchecked. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Chris Musa, has assured Nigerians of the military's commitment to deal with the security challenges, but stressed misinformation is accountable for the wrong perception of the military and escalation of killings in communities. He also stressed the neutrality of the military and appealed for an understanding between the soldiers and the host communities where they are posted to work. The CDS said in Jos, Plateau State, during a national convention retreat on civil society-military partnership in mitigating crisis in north-central Nigeria, which was organized by the Middle East Journalists Forum. The Nigerian Customs Service has announced a 90-day window for regularizing import duties for improperly imported vehicles. In a statement signed on Sunday by the NCS national spokesperson Abdullahi Mewada, vehicles seized and condemned will not be released under this arrangement and shall be forfeited to the federal government in accordance with existing regulations. This initiative applies solely to vehicles imported into Nigeria where the requisite custom duty has not been fulfilled or vehicles detained due to undervaluation. The Energy Commission of Nigeria has said that the country needs about $4 billion in investment to completely depend on renewable energy and go green by 2050. This was as unveiled plans to work with investors to deploy wind and solar power plants to assist with energy generation and the country's move towards greener energy generation. The Commission's Director General and Chief Executive Officer Mustafa Abdullahi made this known at a press briefing in Abuja. He says Nigeria has already pledged to move from using fossil fuel to greener energy sources in line with global standard, adding that the Commission was working with investors in the sector to install renewable energy plants starting from the Federal Capital Territory. Shell Nigeria PLC says it will assist Nigerian government in providing electricity for millions of people using renewables, adding that it will deploy renewables as off-grid energy source to Nigerians, especially in the areas not connected to the national grid. The Managing Director of Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited and the country chair, Shell Companies in Nigeria, Osage Okumbo, made the disclosure while speaking at a ministerial panel session on navigating the new energy world under order, security transition and finance at the 7th Nigerian International Energy Summit in Abuja. And still in the news, the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, DIC, has disclosed that Savannah Bank, one of Nigeria's oldest banks, has not been liquidated. It, however, said though its license was withdrawn, it has been re-licensed and has the mandate to operate fully. The Managing Director and Chief Executive of NDIC, Bello Hassan, was speaking at the Corporation's Day at the ongoing 45th Kaduna International Trade Fair, says when the bank's license was withdrawn, it took both Central Bank of Nigeria and the NDIC to court, and its license was returned. Bello, who was represented by Hajia Hawa Gambo Jemita, said the bank can operate as it desires. He, however, disclosed that NDIC has introduced a single customer view SCV framework to expedite payments to depositors of closed banks, adding that the corporation has also made use of speedy prosecution injunction with the judiciary and utilized alternative dispute resolution mechanism and out-of-court settlement to revitalize its liquidation activities. Nollywood has lost one of its most beloved comic icons with the passing of Mr. Ibu, known for his daring humor and memorable performances. John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu, brought joy to countless households across Nigeria and beyond. His unexpected demise, announced by Emeka Rollas, president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, left many reeling coming days just a day after the loss of another Nollywood actor, Quadri Oyebamiji, aka Sisi Quadri. Confirming Mr. Ibu's passing on Instagram, Rollas expressed the deep sorrow felt within the Actors Guild of Nigeria and the wider Nollywood community. And talking sport, Portuguese manager Jose Peseiro has penned a farewell message to Nigerians after his contract as coach of the Super Eagles officially expired. Peseiro, who guided the Super Eagles to a second-place finish at the 2023 African Cup of Nations, says he was fulfilled coaching the West African nation. The 63-year-old penned a 6-month contract till the end of AFCON with a key clause of reaching the showpiece semi-finals. He surpassed the target, losing 2-1 to host Ivory Coast in the final. Ex-international Segun Odegbami has called on the Nigerian Football Federation to look inward for an indigenous coach to handle the Super Eagles. Odegbami, in an interview with the News Agency of Nigeria in Lagos State, said that Nigeria needed a better hand to handle the Super Eagles. He urged the SY Super Eagles coach, Peseiro, to move on out of the coaching role of the Super Eagles. The ongoing 14th biennial Nigerian Police Games, tagged the Oluyole 2024, will officially come to an end in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, with the force headquarters team, Abuja, topping the medals table with 93 medals, according to the medals table made available by the organizers at the time of press. The FHQ was leading with a total of 43 gold, 21 silver, and 29 bronze, while Zone 2 is second with 39 gold, 20 silver, and 33 bronze, while Zone 3, Zone 11 sitting in the third place with 23 gold, 25 silver, 28 bronze, just as Zone 9 is fourth place with 12 gold, 13 silver, and 12 bronze medals. At the bottom of the table was Zone 3, who occupied the 18th position with only 1 silver, and Zone 15 were on the 17th position with 2 silver and 6 bronze, while by Zone 10 with 16th with 3 silver and 3 bronze. That's it on the Midday News. It came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Anthony Momodu saying thank you for watching and see you again.